Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Thursday night Stamping with Christine, live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And that's what it is. It's already Thursday night. Is that crazy? And on top of it, it's the last Thursday night of the month. Whew, like what happens to these days and these months now that we're 2 months into the year? So let's see here. My notification hasn't popped up to tell me, but there it is. Wonderful.
Live from the Hive.
All right, let's turn that down. Hey, Faye, you're awesome, girlfriend. You just shared my page and you said a really nice note about watching and joining people for Mystery Night. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Wonderful, wonderful. So we are going to be working on the February paper pumpkin. And hi, Jennifer. Hi, Jean. Hi, Melanie. I would have to say, you guys, and you may know this by now if you've watched this a little bit. Hi, Luann. Hi, Jean. That the paper pumpkin put together night is always the one that causes me to be the most anxious in a good way. Hi, Randy. Hi, Julie. Hi, hi, everybody. Hi, Sandy. And it's only because this is the only time that I really craft with you where I don't have everything set. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Sharon. I have a little pile of stuff back here, and this is for the alternative cards. Thanks for sharing, everybody. I appreciate it. And I like to be as prepared as possible. I'm a very organized, hi, Denise. I'm a very organized and detailed person, and so when you put me in a spot where I don't know what's going to happen next, it makes me have to adapt, but in a good way. Hi, Mary Carls, you got your order today. Yes, the blending brushes are on back order. So if you check your packing list that came with your order, they should say Bouquet next to them, which is back order. I normally write BO on people's orders, which doesn't mean body order, it means back order. But so Mary, I believe the blending brushes are on back order, and I think I told this to Luann today too. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Linda. Hi, Deanne. They're on back order till the end of March. Unfortunately, March 29th. So hi, Kathy King is in the house. Hi, Missy. My lipstick color. Yes. Oh my gosh. It's not even a lipstick. So it is really an old lip gloss from Victoria's Secrets. It's called Shiny Lip Gloss and there's a rhinestone that's been stuck on it for many years, many months or years. I don't even know. But it's flavored like birthday cake. So it's just got this iridescent sheer to it. So that's all it is. Hi, Donna. Hi, Victoria. Thanks for sharing. Hey, Melanie. How are you doing? And Danny's here. Carolyn, Ann, and Margaret. Yay. Everybody's coming in. Nice. Awesome. So the paper pumpkin is always the one that causes me the most uncertainty, but in a good way, because I think you guys love to see me stamp on the fly, or I pretend that you do. Hi, Kathy. Oh yeah. So what I have in the back is I did a little research. There are some paper pumpkin groups, Facebook groups, and I also went to Stampin' Up's website, so I did a little research on what the ink color was and I saw what the stamps looked like. So I try to prepare as much as possible. And I thought what I was going to do for you guys tonight, hi Jane, is I'm going to show you what it's like to case cards. So I don't know if you guys know what casing means. If you're new to stamping or the stamping world, casing, hi Cheryl from Ohio. Casing means copy and share everything. This is not like when we were in school. Hi, Debbie from Ohio. This is not grade school, high school, college, after, master, whatever. It's not school. You don't get in trouble for copying people's work, especially as long as you give credit where credit is due. You guys know when I show cards, or Kelly showed some cards the other day, we always try to say, oh, so-and-so made this card, or we give credit where credit is due. And we always like to get ideas. I mean, we're always looking on Pinterest and Facebook and different avenues to get card ideas. One of the biggest avenues is swapping. And I love swapping because it gives me samples to put up all over the place. And you guys, if you ever make it here, you'll see there are hundreds of cards on display, it seems. And so I love to give ideas to you in person, and then I try to show those to you via the Facebook Lives as well. Hi, Bonnie, Kelly, and Debbie, and Danny joined Paper Pumpkin Facebook group today. Yes, exactly, to get more ideas. So, hey, Kathleen. So swapping is another great way to get ideas. And I want to show you tonight what it's all about to case cards. So I found 2 cards from a swap. One is probably 3 years ago. I save cards that I like the layouts that are nice and simple, or sometimes even crazy, like I usually stamp with. And I save them just so that if I have a new stamp set that I'm working with and I'm looking for ideas, it's like, well, what do I want to do? So I'll go through my arsenal of stamping swap cards, all that good stuff, and I'll find something. So I want to show you what it's like to case cards and how you can help get a vision of thinking outside the paper pumpkin box. Hi, Latokia. So that's what we're gonna do for alternatives. And maybe we'll do, I have in my head 2, but maybe we'll do a 3rd one, just depends on where we're at for time. So, but first and foremost, I have some exciting news. Miss Danny Olson is the newest member of the Be Happy Stampers. Woohoo! Danny signed up to be on my team yesterday as a discount shopper. You guys, 90% of people who become part of the Stampin' Up family are Stampin' Up discount shoppers. Stampin' Up doesn't differentiate, and I know that the word demonstrator scares a lot of people because you think you have to do what I do, and there aren't many people as crazy as me. So you don't worry, you don't ever have to have classes or do anything, Danny, and you know that. So Danny signed up to get the discount, which is as soon as you sign up, you get a 20% discount. So she is the newest member of the Be Happy Stampers, and that gives her access also to all my PDF tutorials that I do for my online classes, and to me, more of me, right? So, yay, hey Mo! Yes, so Kathy and Danny are now B-twinsies because they signed up right around the same time, so I'm calling them twinsies. Hi Tammy from Wausau, woohoo! Yes, so Danny, this is what Danny got extra for signing up now during sale-a-bration. They're 5 packs of designer paper, and they are all the different colors that are going to be current in the new annual catalog. And so she got that free, plus I'm going to be sending her fabulous magnet that is the Stampin' Up Statement of the Heart. And Danny, just so you know, this brown paper can peel off and then it's completely clear and see-through. So yay, Sandy is a discount shopper as well. Yes, you know, we love discount shoppers. I was a discount shopper. The only reason I signed up was to get the discount. And then I got like a little bug in my butt or something with wanting to do more. So yes, okay, so Mo just asked if the board is full, and it's not, but I put it there as a reminder. It's close, guys. There are, get this, 11 spots left. So Luann Johnson is having her own Facebook Stampin' Up party with me via a Facebook group. And then we're doing a Facebook Live on, I think it's March 16th. She's getting her own private Facebook Live with me and all of her friends that she invited. And she helped put in an order for her church ministry today and herself, and she combined about 4 different peoples to put in orders. And so she's already got a phenomenal workshop started, and she's earned herself the Punch Party stamp set as her host rewards, part of her host reward. So that's exciting. So the sale-a-bration board here goes through February 28th. And you guys, if we put 11 squares on here by Saturday and we need to start a board over and one person gets their name on the next board, I will do a drawing for as full as the next board gets. So like I just mentioned, if there's only 2 people on the last board, then it's between 2 people. But I will do a $25 gift certificate for the last board that has names on it. So yeah. So Luann, you have pretty good odds on this board right now. So good job. Good job. All right. So I just want to go over a little bit about what we have coming up. And tomorrow, you guys, woohoo! So tomorrow, I'm not normally live on a Friday. And if you've been following me for a few weeks or a month or 2 now, you know that I added a class to the schedule tomorrow. Hi, Brenda from Houston. Woohoo! Your paper pumpkin was delivered at 5:40 today. Whew, that is like close cutting it. And hopefully you put it together with us tonight, or started at least. So I added a class to the schedule. I don't usually do classes on Fridays, but tomorrow is Friday and it's one of the only days I had open. And so at 5 o'clock, and it's 5 p.m. Central, guys, it's not 6 like I normally do, tomorrow night, my parents and I and Tyler are going for a Friday fish fry to the American Legion. I've never gone to the American Legion to eat. I've only had beers there. But my mom and dad said the fish fry is good. And so I was like, okay, let's go have fish. And so I didn't have to twist Tyler's arm very hard. So, oh my gosh, Jean, I just read your question. Yes, I am going to be sending out a PDF for tomorrow's class. Whew, okay, I have to write myself a note. For some reason, I had it in my head that I did it already, but I didn't. I haven't oh my gosh, I'm writing myself a note. You guys, I'm so sorry. I have about 22 people that are doing the class with me tomorrow, and I slacked on the PDF tutorial. Normally I send it out on Mondays. I did send it out. Hang on. I have to look, Jean, because if anybody else is doing Sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah with me tomorrow, did I not send out the email Monday over my lunch hour? Can you confirm? I know there's 22 people that are signed up for it. So somebody is watching me. Mary Carls or Danny, I don't know if you did it. I am pretty sure, but Jean, regardless, I'll make sure that you get the PDF after I'm done with the live. So, okay, so on that note, these are the cards we're going to be making tomorrow night, all featuring Sale-a-bration product. And just so you guys know, I have 5 spots left. So there's 5 sets of cards, okay? Oh, Mary said yes. I did send the PDF tutorial out. So Jean, I think I missed you because you signed up for the Sale-a-bration celebration, but I took it as Sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah, so I maybe didn't have your name down, but I'll send it to you. And Sandy, I just saw that you didn't get your cards, so I will send you the tracking number. I think I saw that in a post not too long ago, but I will get the tracking number for you because your package got mailed out. I believe it was Friday. I got to the PO like right around 5:30. Okay, so I did send it. Jean, I know why you got missed, and it's because of our little disconnect with the Sale-a-bration activities. So, okay, so I have 5 open sets here. So if you guys are on the fence, get off of the fence because splinters really hurt. If you want the set of cards, you can either pay the fee or get them free with an order. If the order is over 50, you get your name on the board, plus you get a Sale-a-bration item. So just know that that's what's coming up tomorrow. Hi, Deb Norman. Okay, then I have to make an announcement about the ice cream. So you guys, this is what we're doing live next week, Thursday, the 4th of March. And if you see my Post-it note, it's full. I had 2 sets of cards left, and I had 2 people sign up today. So we are full on the ice cream. So I ended up having 52 people attend this class between online and in person, guys. Crazy. I love it. So just know that if you want these cards, you could always get the PDF tutorial from me after I publish it after next week's class. And you could always cut your own cardstock and prep your own kits by using the PDF tutorial. So, all right. Okay, we're getting there, guys. So that whole fence on the splinters thing, or the whole fence getting the splinters up your butt, so Tyler was hemming and hawing about something, and I said that to him a couple nights ago, and he just busted a gut laughing. Because you picture getting splinters and being on a fence, and that's what it's like when you have to make a tough decision. It's like you're riding on a fence, and the longer you ride on the fence, the more splinters you're gonna get up your butt. And then he told me that one of his friends, when she was younger, was sitting on a deck by the pool, and she got a splinter up her butt, and it was not good. So yes, don't ride on the fence too long, anybody. It's not good for your health or your butt. All right, so this is what we got tonight. Later on, I've got some prizes we're gonna give away for the mystery card night. Kelly had logged a little bit less than 70 people. I think it was 68. Hi, Lisa Lewis. About 68 people submitted cards. You guys, they're beautiful. I've gotten so many compliments on the cards that were published for this last mystery night. The people liked the layout. It was simple but pretty. So I also had a lot of people that commented that they didn't like the color combinations they picked out. Well, you know what? Go pick something else out and make another card. And then you have 2. And then you can give the other card to somebody else that isn't going to notice that the colors aren't exactly the way you like them. So I will be giving these away later. Plus I have my card here that Kelly and I made for Mystery Night. So I have that sitting here. We're going to do that after the alternatives. Okay, hi June, hi Charlene. And then I have one paper pumpkin left, guys. So I have 2 here, and I had originally 3 extra, and this is the one we're going to make tonight. And yeah, Mary Carl's, yes, the farm girl and me coming out. So one of these is mine for tonight, and the other one is up for grabs. So Carrie and Sherry both got one of the extra ones, but I have one more extra. And they are $24 plus shipping. So if you guys watch the paper pumpkin tonight and you're like, ooh, I missed out, I want that, all you gotta do is reach out to me and we'll make it work. We'll figure it out. Okay, and then lastly, before we start doing paper pumpkin, what did you guys think of this card? Kelly did this today on her Technique Thursday. We did 2 Tip Tuesdays and a technique leading up to this. Did you like the suspense that everyone was a little prepping for the next one? And so I did about the white ink and how you ink it, and then she did what did she do? Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe her technique wasn't, her last week's technique was this card, but I did the inking up an ink pad with then using the white ink pad, and then she did a technique using the white ink pad. And if you guys are curious how she did this, she did about a 15 or a 10-minute video. It's called Emboss Resist, where she embossed it in white and used the blending brushes with 3 colors and just a beautiful card. So she goes through how to make that. So she did a fabulous Technique Thursday. So if you guys didn't, some of you caught this and it was really funny. So I don't know if most of you know this, but when we do Technique Thursday and Tip Tuesday, we don't do them at the time that they're published. They're always scheduled to go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We both have day jobs that we can't be live at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday doing stuff like that because we have our other jobs. And so we do those, like when we have a lunch hour, we'll get together. Like a couple Fridays ago, we got together on an early lunch hour because that's when we had time. And accidentally put it live on my personal page, and some of you saw it early and you were commenting that you were, I don't remember if it was Melanie or somebody, that you were drinking your coffee and enjoying it. And then Luann, you were like, hey, did you mean to do that? No, we didn't mean to be live. So we always do those every 2 weeks. We get together and we do 2 Tip Tuesdays and 2 Technique Thursdays, and then she publishes them on the days. And just so you know, we're not live at those times, but we do go back and we watch and look at the comments that come through, because those are ones that we like to see what you guys think and if you're sharing any samples. So just know that we're not actually live in the hive. And I have had people ask, hey, I saw you live this morning. And I'm like, no, I wasn't. So yeah. Okay. So I thought I saw the inking, the white pad the week before. Yep. It was last week Tuesday, and then this week Tuesday was embossing, I think. So hi Karen. Yeah, so just so you guys know, we're not actually live, and so we don't want to trick anybody into thinking that we're making Stampin' Up videos while we're working. That would be bad. Don't tell my boss that that's what you think. He wouldn't like that. So I did have my review today with my boss at Wells Vehicle Electronics. I had my annual review, and I'm doing a good job. My mom said, are you still hired? Are you still employed? I'm like, yep, I'm still hired. So all's good. All right. Hi, Chris Duderenki. Yay. Okay. That was enough jibber jabber. So let's flip this down, guys. Okay. Oh, man. Fun stuff. Okay. So we are working on the paper pumpkin. Give me a thumbs up. Give me some hearts if you're working on your paper pumpkin with me. Yeah, Gail, you can always catch the replay. Oh, I get that question all the time. Hi, Kathy Groves. Do you guys, I get it asked a lot. Hey, I missed your live. Can I catch the replay? And thanks, Danny, on that. So it is that time of year where we're getting our annual reviews. Oh, Brenda, paper pumpkin not delivered with the order. Darn. It's in the mailbox down the street. I'm gonna have to run it. Oh my gosh, look at all you guys doing your paper pumpkins with me tonight. That's awesome. So paper pumpkin. Okay, so finally arrived, Francie. Good. Okay, so you guys, when you open up your paper pumpkin, you'll have your stamps on the top, and they're generally there with an ink spot. I researched ahead and I did determine that the ink color was Mossy Meadow. So what I do throughout the year, or as I acquire these, I find a month where I give away my Stampin' Spots with a minimum order. So I never like to open these. And I know that that's not necessarily fair to you guys that are beginners or that you're unsure how to use this. But what you would do is you would just slice this here and you would slice it here, and then you can take the cover off. And when you have your stamp, so if you guys are new to the Paper Pumpkin experience, you get these little baby inks like this. And when you have your stamp on there, you would just put that into the ink. Or you could flip it upside down and go like that. You must be your boss's room. He did say, Gabby, that I'm very organized and I'm very detailed and I keep people on track. So that is true. Okay, so I save these, but you guys, when you don't have big inks like this, you should definitely use them because you don't have anything else to use. But just know that it's always, I love using a big ink pad like this to stamp. So that's what I did. And I also figured out that Mary Merlot is used a lot in this cardstock. So I grabbed my Mary Merlot ink just in case we want to use it. So we got stamps here. Okay, the other thing that you guys should know that next month is Paper Pumpkin's birthday. And Jennifer, you may know this if you're still watching. Paper Pumpkin is about 10 years old, maybe 8 years, 9 years. And they always do something special for the Paper Pumpkin in March. This year, they're giving away an extra gift that entails this set of stencils. And I love the sun one a lot. It's so cool. I can't wait to do something with that. You can use sponges with stencils. You could use the blending brushes. You could use sponge daubers. So you automatically will get the set of the stencils in your March's Paper Pumpkin. Jennifer, you need somebody to keep you on track. You're funny. Jennifer says 8 years, guys. So Paper Pumpkin's on their 8th birthday or anniversary of their 8th year. And so this is a free gift you automatically will get when you sign up to get March's Paper Pumpkin. So next month, you guys, I did put, yes, this would be Mo. She says, I'm crazy. I did put another class on the calendar. And can we get the Technique Tuesday or Thursday with using stencils? Can we get a technique? Oh, on how to, okay, I get what you're saying, Danny. Let me make myself a note. So, you know what we can do is once we get, otherwise, what I might do in the Paper Pumpkin for March is use the stencils too. But I'll put here stencils for a tip or a technique and just see what we can do. Otherwise, I will probably show you how to use them as in an alternative card that night. Will be hard to work with because the middle pieces are free floating. Oh, I wonder if they are. Let me see. Oh, they kind of are, Anna. Good call. Yeah, I get what you're saying. So I was going to tell you guys, I added a class to the schedule for March. And I think it's an online class on Sunday, March 14th. And it's my Pick Your Kit class and Paper Pumpkin party. And I have it in person on Monday night. And I had about 6 people reach out to me and say they would be interested in doing an online version. And it's basically, I'm going to be going through those people that signed up for this class with me, the kits that they picked. I will be showing them how to use or how to make the kits. And I will be concentrating on the kits that they pick. But because they also bought their kit as their RSVP for that class, then they're going to get a couple Paper Pumpkin kits from me. They're going to get a door prize and a chance to win at prizes at that class. And I know that a bunch of you probably have bought kits in the past. Like there's the Looking Up one and Dear Friend. There's 5 different kits. And if you have them, you're more than welcome to join me that day on March 14th to put the kits together, but you wouldn't be included in the extra goodies that they're getting. So that's the difference is if you get your kit through me as your RSVP for class, you get extra things. So just in case you were wondering when you saw that, like wondering what it's all about. So yeah, so Danny ordered her kit. She got her kit. Danny, which kit are you doing? I forget which one it is. I know that Bobby's doing the Posy one, and Mo is doing one, so I know I have a bunch of you guys signed up. So, okay, back to business. So, paper pumpkin box. You guys, if you're new to paper pumpkin, don't throw the tissue paper away and don't throw the box away. I don't know if you've ever seen this, and I don't show this very often, but you can take your box, hi Gwen, and you can take it apart and you can turn it inside out. And if you're looking for a great gift for a friend who has a birthday, oops, I just shook that off. If you have a friend who has a birthday coming up, make your friend some of your own made personal cards. Take some out of your little stockpile that you accumulate, and you take your box like this, and I'm gonna try to do it without wrecking a whole bunch of things. You're gonna put your box inside out, and you get a brown outside to it. The paper pumpkin goes to the inside. You save your tissue paper because you're gonna wrap all your cards in this pretty blue tissue paper. And now you have yourself a craft box that you can decorate. If you have some 12 by 12 designer paper, you can make a really big belly band for this and put a little label on here with some flowers or decorate it however you want. But you've just created yourself a little gift box that you can repurpose instead of throwing it away or recycling it. So that is an idea for the box. I don't know how many of you knew that you could do that with the box, but you might have a stockpile of them. Start giving away gifts of the cards that you make. All right. No, yeah, Danny, you ordered the kit with me last week. It wasn't part, yep, it was Citrus, yeah, Simply Citrus. You ordered your kit with me for your order for class. You got it, girl. All right, guys. Okay, Mo got hello, dear friend. Yes, so I believe that I have Mo and Bobby. Who do I all have for that class? You guys, this is me being organized. I've got, oh, Leslie too, and Melanie Chandler, you were interested in doing the Posy one. Kathy King, I didn't know if you wanted to do it either. I think Danny was trying to talk you into doing it. All right, so what you have in here is a little bag that has some embellishments, and look at that, I got an extra one. Sometimes I bet somebody is missing one. I got the extra one. And then there's some, hi Julie Bierschbach. You also get some linen thread that's olive. It looks like old olive. Thanks for sharing, Donna. And then you have your dimensionals. This is a sheet of the big ones. So I like to set them off to the side. I love that they always decorate the envelopes. It's either the inside or the outside, but they always match. And oh, Kathy, that Posy kit is awesome. I love purple. I think you guys know I'm a purple fiend. So anything purple trips my trigger, and that Posy did it. And that box that you get with it is amazing. So you've got the stripe with the olive, I don't know if it's bumblebee probably, and pink, Rococo Rose. So those are your envelopes. So I always set them off to the side. And if you're wondering, bye Mo, we'll catch you later. Have fun at archery. Yeah, and you should do the pick your kit class. It will be fun. And you wonder, what are we going to do if 5 people join and they all pick different kits? I'm going to make one card from each kit so you guys can see all of them in action. So these are what we've got going on. There's 9 cards, 3, 3, and 3. And I'm going to set these here so I don't lose track of the instructions. And Kathy's not a kit girl. Okay, you're fine, Kathy. You don't have to do it, but you can still watch. Anybody is, and that I get that question too, is does it cost anything to watch my Facebook Lives? No, guys. They're completely free for you to watch me be crazy. So these are in 3 different languages. The one we're going to use is the one in the middle, Thinking of You. All right, and then there's some gold, lacy, frilly, foliage label things. And we've got some bases here. So let's set our things in piles. So we've got the green one goes with, well, the pink goes with this. There's a really pretty vellum that has this gold foil foliage. It looks like these go over here. This one was, oh, I saw a card with this. This is so cool that the print on there. So that's where the gold goes. And the Thinking of You goes with this one. And now I think that we've got everything situated. So we've got a whole bunch of labels here. And there's enough for all the cards. And then lastly, they sneak these in there somewhere. I always find them randomly. So these are your little mini glue dots that, I'll be honest with you, are a pain in the butt. If you like to use the little mini glue dots, if you do like these, then you will love using the mini glue dots when they come on a roll, actually. Yeah, they're so much easier to work with. So, but these are how they put them on a sheet that it's easy for packaging for the paper pumpkin. So then you get a piece of cardboard and you can do with it what you want. You guys, oh my gosh. So I did mail out a lot of, so people who earned a spot at the sale-a-bration that's coming up March 11th. If you had signed up for the ice cream class or the February monthly class, I put your celebration make and take in your package. And I had to get creative with the cardboard, guys. I had to tape stuff together because I did not want your 8.5 by 8.5 white sheet getting wrecked in the mail. So yes, I had to hodgepodge because I didn't have the appropriate shipping packaging materials. And now I've learned my lesson and I bought 9 by 12 card inserts like this. But you guys, it was a hot mess of packaging tape and cardboard and cutting with my kitchen scissors. So I hope you appreciate that. And they didn't come wrecked. I would be sad if you guys got your stuff wrecked in the mail. So you can save cardboard if you need it for shipping purposes. So, okay. Yes. Okay. So what Jennifer is saying is you can use your take your pick tool to use this to get the glue dots. Yes. This helps to pick them off. I broke my nails, so I can't pick things anymore, but this thing is a good tool to have if you don't have nails. Yes, Danny, they're glue dots. You used them as embellishments in the, oh my gosh, that is funny. So did you have like a little white circle? I'll show you guys how to use these because if you haven't seen these in action, you might not know what to do with them. So we'll leave them here to use them. All right, so this kit is called Bouquet of Hope. And it's thinking of you, it's got sympathy sentiments, and I'm always here for you. So I think you might find that this is probably a pretty easy kit to put together. And I bet you guys, as I jibber jabber throughout the whole night, you're gonna have all of your cards put together in the time that I do probably 3 in my alternatives. So we're gonna grab the bone folder and burnish the edge. So I'm gonna set this right here so that you guys can see the cards as we are working on them. So I'm going to work on this one first. And I'll be honest with you, there are instructions in here and you can look at them. If you are a person that likes to read recipes and read the instructions before you get started, they're there for you. Otherwise, you can fly by the seat of your pants and just start stamping with me. Oh. Hi, Jean Benson. Okay, so we have this first one and it says, sorry for your loss. And it's on a little label that looks like this. And this little label is going to, hi Cindy, is going to go here and then that is ultimately going to go there. And it's very hard to see it in here, but the little black sequins are throughout here and there's a little bit of that olive thread. I'm going to show you how I do my thread. But we're going to stamp first. And as long as we're going to stamp the sentiments for both of our cards right away so that we can put the stamps back. So this is a piercing mat. I always pull that out when I use photopolymer stamps. It provides an extra little bit of cushion for the pushing of your stamps. So red rubber stamps have foam included with them, but photopolymer does not have, you've got your blue moon, Jean. I love it. I love it, love it. So you guys, you would be proud of me. February is a dry month for me. Tyler and I came up with a crazy idea that we weren't going to drink alcohol for the month of February. Only because February is the shortest month of the year. Any other month has 30 or 31 days. But if we did this in February, it would only be 28 days. Well, I tell you, 2 days into this, I was ready to have a beer. Oh, he talked me out of it. And now we're on what is today? Today's the 25th. 4 more days. So I have class on Monday night and we're going to celebrate with a beer after class on Monday night. But so photopolymer stamps don't have foam underneath them. So you want to have this extra cushion underneath here to help get a nice smooth image. And when you use your photopolymer stamps the first time, I always like to stamp a couple times before off the paper. So Jean is my blue moon partner. And the last time I drank during, you guys, this is a funny story. But last summer I had a blue moon and I was doing a Friday night live during the pandemic. I was doing lives every night, Monday through Friday for you guys, just something fun to keep it entertaining. And I had a blue moon and Jean had a blue moon that night and we were kind of drinking, and then I had technology problems. And then this girl got under the influence of a few sips of beer and trying to be live, and it wasn't good. So I don't ever drink or have any alcohol before a live. You guys would think I'm really crazy then. So watch this, what I'm doing here. I'm practicing stamping and my ink is not very crisp. I think that we need to re-ink. A Blue Moon, Danny, is a wheat beer. It is a wheat beer it's made in Colorado. It's part of the Miller Coors group of beers. And you guys, so we're gonna ink this up. Hang on. I don't know if you've never inked an ink pad with Kelly and I did I think Kelly actually did it. It was a Tip Tuesday a long time ago, back in September, I think. But you guys, this is why you want re-inkers. They are an investment for the future. When you buy an ink pad and you don't buy a re-inker, like in this hive where I am right now, this room is super dry. It actually dries out my chamois. It dries out ink pads. It just is not good. And so just think of re-inkers as an investment in the future. They're $3.75, but as long as you have that re-inker with your ink pad, you will be able to use that color ink pad for the paper that you have, the embellishments that you have, for the designer paper that you have, and you'll have it forever. Julie would like to see me under the influence of a blue moon. So we had a team meeting. Oh man, it was 2 Sundays before Christmas. So something like the middle of December, maybe the 13th or the 14th. And Tyler and I went to a local supper club for breakfast called Cedar Lodge. And we never go for breakfast anywhere. We always make eggs or toast in the morning on Sundays if we're together. And so you guys see, I'm just smoothing this out with a spoon, and that will help the ink get all over and not be liney all over. So, so we proceeded to have a couple Bloody Marys, and we got there at 11 o'clock, and we had breakfast, a really good breakfast, and then there was a peanut butter whiskey sitting on the counter, a brand called Old Smoky. And yes, I'm putting that right back in there because that wipe will stay nice and fresh for me for the next time I need it. So we proceeded to have these peanut butter whiskeys on the rocks. 3 of them, Tyler and I shared. My team meeting was at 4 o'clock, I think, that day. And we left there at 3 o'clock, or like 2:45. The food was right. Oh, look at that. You guys see the difference? That's what it happens when you have a dry ink pad and then you have a fresh ink pad that has just been rehydrated. Okay, so basically I showed up to the hive about 30 minutes before people started coming here, and oh my gosh, they love seeing me just slightly tipsy. I talk faster than I normally do, and I'm more giddy, yeah. So they were very entertained with that. So that's how that goes. Well, that's a little bit about me, guys. Hi, Aunt Marge. How are you doing? Did you hear that whole story of me drinking? Oh, yeah, that happens. Okay, so what we're doing is practicing there now. You guys, I want you to come here and have happy hours with me. This whole crazy pandemic has to be getting down pretty soon, that we can get out and start socializing and hanging out and have some drinks together. Yes. So there we go. I'll always be here for you guys. Look at that. That is so true. On Thursday nights, I'll always be here for you. So those are the 2 things that we're going to be inking. And then what I always do is stamp off a couple times and then grab your chamois. You guys, the chamois comes in a little cellophane bag. You do have to buy the cases separately. I get that question quite a bit too, that people want to just buy a case, and they come as a pack of 4. Yes, Jennifer, in June or July when we have the Summer Creative Escape. That's July, we'll get together. So the other thing too, guys, if you get a stamp set that's a double case one, you could combine the two together and then you get an empty case that you can use. So, all right, so that's a little bit of stamping here. Now, there is this stamp here that matches the flower thing. That's what we're going to use for some alternative cards. I saw that there, but it wasn't actually used in any of our cards. Thanks for sharing, Margaret. Okay, so the guys, is not so crazy, but we do need to remember it's hard to see the twine. So let's grab the end of that. And it's behind the label only. So what I'm going to do to glue this is I'm not going to go crazy and glue it. I'm not going to try to get it everywhere, but I'm just going to put a few little dots, lines around some of the edges. If you have any spots that need to get poked, go ahead and poke them out. Yes, Deb, that is a new chamois. For some reason, I was missing one on my table. I don't know if I took it in the house or I did something with it. And so I graduated, whatever, the chamois that was here moved to the table, and then I put a new chamois out here. So yes, it is a fresh new chamois. All right, so that just got glued, and now this little label goes here, and there's twine back there. And this twine is really squirrely because it's on this little roll. So it makes for really curly cues on the end, which is awesome. Your baby chick came today. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, Jen. What kind of a chick did you order? Like what breed is it? So you guys, I don't know if I told you what I just did there. I made a bow. I made 2 bunny ears and I made a bow. That's all I did. And that is what I do. I saw that Stampin' Up! Did that a lot. They make bows and put bows behind the tags. And so you end up with a loop down there, you end up with a loop up there, and you end up with 2 little tails hanging out. Now, and then you can control the size of your loops by just pulling your tails, and you just figure out, okay, well, that looks good, and then you want that one to maybe come that way. So what I'm gonna do is put a little tear and tape. So you got 25 of them. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. A couple different, cool. So Tyler and I were going to order chickens for we have a chicken coop. Well, it's not a chicken coop yet, but we were in the process of making a chicken coop. And we were going to get chickens. And we decided after the summer we had last year with building the 1,700 square foot addition that we aren't getting chickens because we don't want to take care of chickens this summer. We want to travel and go camping and stuff. So this tear and tape is double-sided, but you can use it single-sided just by ripping it off and then not ripping that paper waxy off. So then what I do is grab your dimensionals that you got in your kit, and I want to make sure one of my tails is going that way, and I want to make sure one is going the other way. So now by putting a dimensional right there, that will help control the tail to make it go where I want it to go. And then that one too, I can control it. So, and I'm gonna put one more. Now just know when you use dimensionals, you can't put them, they will not stick over the top of that wax paper like that. So you wanna make sure it's like right next to it. Otherwise it won't stick to it because wax paper is not sticky. So then this will go in the middle of this. And I'll be honest with you. Oh, you have 15 chicks. Oh, you got, I think it's Cochins. Americana, very cool. Hi, Linda Bendick. Okay, so we've got a little tail coming out. Now, you guys, honestly, I bet you can't even see that thread. It's there, but this gold is so bedazzly that it's blinding. And then what you can do is grab a sequin. So you gotta be careful. What just happened to me is I picked my sequin off and the glue stayed there. So this is another good use of the take your pick tool. If you grab from underneath the sequin, it will help to pick up the glue so it's underneath. I think that if you just go to try, like what just happened to me, to pick it up, the glue will stay there. So that one's just a rando run right there. So we'll just put him to the side. He will work perfectly fine once I add another glue dot to him. And because of static electricity, he's sticking. So then this one we're gonna put, so it's like a floral arrangement, guys. 3 or 1 or 5 is always good. So I've got 2 up there and we're gonna put 3 down on the bottom there. That's it. This one is a piece of cake. So now, sorry for your loss, but the inside, I think when I'm done with all the cards, we'll come back and we'll put sharing in your sorrow, thinking of you and wishing I could be there to hold your hand. And we'll put some flowers down in the bottom. So we got to remember not to forget that. Usually I get rocking and rolling and I might forget that. So we'll save the stamping for the inside for a moment in time later. So grab the pink base. We'll do that one next. And fold it. Take your bone folder, burnish your edge. Now, horizontal card. I get used to doing vertical cards so much, but it is a vertical card, so make sure you keep it vertical. Grab yourself one of these pieces of vellum. Yes, you do. So you guys, I got to show you this. Give me 10 seconds, not even. Kathy just said you get a lot of great stuff with a kit. This is that purple posy kit that we were just talking about. I know Bobby's doing this one. And Melanie, you were interested in this one. I love it. It's purple. And you get this awesome box with it and all your pieces. And then these are the 4 cards that you make with this kit. That one is so pretty. It's not purple, all purple. I mean, it has the purple in the back, but that pink, oh man. So, and then the envelopes are purple and they match. So this is the Posy kit. Now, this one is not considered an all-inclusive kit. There is a stamp set that goes with this kit that you might consider getting to go with it. But, yes, Luann, I mean horizontal. Yeah, I'm glad you guys know what I mean. So you want it horizontal. I do a lot of vertical cards, but you got to make sure that this one stays horizontal. Yeah, the purple posy, oh, so pretty. Then this one uses a bunch of these die-cut flowers here. So we're going to grab, so there's 3 sheets here, and let's put that back. This big flower is for the next card, so we'll pop that out already so that it's done. And we need this little dude. That goes for the next card. We need this bigger one, and then that. So you guys, I personally would throw this away, but I know there's people out there that would use this for something. You could use it as a shading or stenciling. There's always ideas. Some people might even take this little strip of yellow that's here and cut that off and use that as an accent on a card. It's yours. Do with it what you want. Then on this one, you have to be very careful because it's vellum, and whenever you adhere vellum to a cardstock or anything, you see the stickiness of the adhesive through it. So my recommendation on this one is to, I do not see the kit to purchase. Where do I find it, Linda? Linda, it's in the annual catalog. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to sidetrack because this is something, if you want to do a kit class, just use my current host code, which is right here, or it's always on my website. And there are kits here. Simply Citrus is the one Danny got. Looking Up is the one Leslie got. And then Purple Posies is here on page 8. And what I mean by it's not all inclusive is there's a stamp set that you can buy extra that matches this. If you have stamps that are very similar, then you can get by without the stamps. But you are going to need some ink colors potentially to go with it. And if you don't have the exact colors, if you guys have something else in your stampin' arsenal, use what you have. You don't always have to get the exact thing. So those are 3 of them. And then the other 2 that you guys can pick from for that class are right in the front of the catalog here. The You Are Amazing and Hello Dear Friend. And Mo is the one that got Hello Dear Friend, I think. I might have said, yeah, I think so. So those are the 5 that you guys can pick from. Okay, back to business. Hi, Stacy. Yeah, Stacy, I know you like the citrus one. Okay, so you got to make sure you don't put adhesive under your vellum where you're going to see it. So what we're going to do first is we're going to decorate the top of our card, and then we're going to adhere the whole piece down onto our Rococo Rose base. So it looks like this one is over here, and then it looks like our Thinking of You is down, and then that little yellow one goes over the top. Hi, Kay. And then this little guy is off to the side. So let's grab one of these black sheets and then pull these. I'm going to just try. Oh, man, I'm going right for it. And see what happens here. So you're gonna have lots of little innards that you need to pick out carefully, I guess, and not break anything. Oh man, I just did myself a doozy. The inside of the, oh, be careful guys when you're picking yours apart. Yeah. That middle piece went and stuck right to the back. Okay. Oh man, Jennifer, what's the trick for getting these off without wrecking them? They look super cool. I guess careful guys. Be very, very careful. Don't go pulling it all apart and rip it. Okay, my goal is to get this off of here first. Okay. Whew. Okay, so I got that off of there. And you've never done a paper pumpkin. Oh, awesome. So it's a kit, and it has everything you need right inside the kit, including your ink and your stamps. Left to right. Okay, well, you guys, Jennifer says you do left to right. So I'm just trying to pick out the inside pieces here. And now we got to get this down. All right, first we're going to put a little adhesive behind this. And you know what? We're going to show you, because I can do this, we're going to show you the glue dots so that you don't use them as embellishments anymore. You can take your pick tool and they will stick to your pick tool. Once you get them, your tool right underneath it, and I'm going to put 5 of these on. So right now, there's still a wax paper, and you have to pick that off, but that's where you take your pick tool, and then you kind of wedge underneath the waxy paper. Now, the more that you press this down, the easier it is to pick off the paper on the top. So Gina's saying, I cut around mine to separate it from the others, then I remove the backing versus removing. Oh, okay. So I think what you said is, so it might be good to pick these things out first so that they are not sitting, okay, right. I think that's what you're saying. Pick those things out first so they're not in the way when you go to, okay, that's a good idea. Pick out the insides with your, yes, okay, oh, here you go, Jen. So she's saying, pick your tool and grab out your insides, guys. So don't do what I tried to do and just go for it. Think about how you want to be strategic about getting that out of there. Okay, but that's what we're talking about. So, all right, so now, where did it go? Oh man, it's right there. You guys saw that happen, didn't you? Okay, so this one looks like it goes in the top corner here, like that. Then our thinking of you goes down next. And I'm gonna try to make it look like that does. So we're gonna go a little bit like that. Get this off of the finger here. And make sure it sets nice and straight. Okay, we're good. I send them to my granddaughter, the glue dots. Good, yes, exactly. All right, we got one little guy that's stuck right there. Take your pick tool, can help get that. Save the day, right? Okay, let's get that out of here, little dude. Okay, not so shabby for that. This little dude, I'm gonna pop up with a dimensional because I wanna see a little height on here to the side. Then this one, I'll keep that one flat, I think. You guys, popping and dimensionalizing is your own discretion. If you want, I'm gonna put them over there. If you want to pop, like if this one, you can picture that popped up, go for it. I know that sometimes people don't like to pop things up so much because mailing purposes, but I always like to see things popped up. So I feel like my thinking of you is a little bit up higher than, or it'll work. My leaf is gonna cover that up, so it's all good in the hood. Now, this is why I wanted to do that first, is I'm gonna flip this over and figure out where I'm gonna put my glue. There's gonna be some glue there, there, and then I might just do little dots underneath where those words are. Not a lot, just a little. And I'm gonna find some little gold foil spots to put a little bit of glue. Okay, that's enough for me. I promise you that's plenty of glue to help hold this onto the card base. Now, once you set this down, you do not want to move it. So, because if you start to squiggle it all around, you're going to squiggle that glue all over the place too. So once you get it, don't try to maneuver it all over the place. And is there anything else on this one? I did not see. Oh, you can see their glue dots. You guys, for those that have this at home, you can see where they put their glue dots. There are glue dots in the 4 corners, and you can see them through the vellum. So that's how they adhered theirs on, because they didn't have liquid glue. But you could put your glue dots directly underneath where all these flowers are. So that's it. What are the 2 little teardrops looking shapes used for? That's a good question. So Jennifer, if you're still watching, you're my paper pumpkin expert. You know, the stamp set is called Bouquet of Hope, and it's about sorry for your loss and sharing in your sorrow, and it could be a teardrop that is just, it was just added. But Jennifer, you might have an idea for that. So I think that's it for this card. I did not see any greenery on here. So you could have, if you guys, after you're done putting your greenery on this card, you could have, for another card, you could put a little bit of thread underneath your flowers here too, just to use up some more of the thread. All right, they're leaves. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, Jean, there's your answer. So that's your flower. And then these little dudes are the leaves that come out of this flower, I think. So there you go. I think they are leaves. Yes, Melissa, you're so correct. Yep. Hi, Diane. Nice. No problem. I'm glad that you joined for a little bit. So there's the second one, guys. All right. 2 down, 1 to go. Here's that piece we need. And this piece, they look like tears to me. See, that just goes to show you. The teardrops are leaves for the 3 little flowers. Little flowers. Yeah, they're little flowers. Okay. Yeah, there you go. See? Sometimes I don't know. Most of the time I don't know, you guys. All right, last card here for the actual cards for the kit. We have, it looks like Just Jade with some stripes. Horizontal card again. And we already did our stamping. So this will go here. And then the flowers. I love this die cut piece. It is so cool. I want more of just that. Because I don't want to have to color all those in, because I think my alternative is all about coloring things in. So we're going to see. All right. And then that's going to go right about here, something like that. So this is a matter of assembly after you do your sentiment stamping. So put a little bit of liquid glue behind that. And I'm just going to eyeball. It's closer to the right side than it is to the left. And it's up about an inch. So I'm going to go right about there. Just wing it like that. This is definitely going to get popped up because gotta pop something up. Use up some of these dimensionals, right? All right, so there's that. And then this is also going to get popped up. But I'm not going to put a dimensional on the left side because it's going to be overlapping the flowers, which are already dimensionalized. That sounds like they're crazy, like they're in a dimensionalized home. Flowers are going to go right about here at an angle. And then what I will do is put a little bit of liquid glue on the left-hand side, because that's what's going to be overlapping our bouquet. And, oh yeah, Stella the flowers. Oh gosh, girl. Okay, I have been slacking on the, I'm going to actually, I want to see more of the bow. So I'm going to have this, oh, what do I want to do? I'm going to go right about there. So Danny wants a Stella. Go for it, girl. Stella has been slacking right now. You guys, she as Jean Maxwell would say, she was out on a hot date. So definitely Stella your flowers. Definitely do that. So on this last card, I don't know what I would Stella, but this one, definitely do these flowers. It would be, okay, so super cool idea. It's kind of hard to do it now because of how thin this is, but this lettering would be cool Stellaed. So what you could do to keep it contained is you could Stella on here. So then if you go over the edge, you're not going to have it go all over your vellum. So then you're Stella-ing it and it's just staying on your words. All right, you guys, the thing with Stella is she will dry out on you. When she dries out on you, you have to use, that says push and it says push. And you hold it up and down, not on paper, put it on a plate or your hand or on something plasticky that you can wipe it up, but you squeeze these two sides and more of her fluid will come down into the chamber down here and she will be rejuvenated, okay? So you have to remember that there's more Stella in the chamber here and it needs to get down to the barrel. And Kelly did a Tip Tuesday on Stella back in September as well. It's an awesome glitter pen, you betcha. And it's never a stupid question. I love it. So she adds a little bit of bling to your card, but subtle. And she's a controlled substance. So now that we sell it, you won't get glitter all over your hands. She stays pretty intact, right? Like that. Bonnie loves Stella because it's controlled glitter. So, all right, what do we have here? We need to put some of these guys on the card. So we're gonna do one on the yellow. We'll do one, come on little guy, one over here, and then one more can fit right over there. Now, I don't think I saw this green thread anywhere else, but hi Leslie, silicone sheet, yep, exactly. You could definitely, and this is a silicone sheet that Jen just mentioned. So you wanna refill your Stella. Oh, I got dominoes going on. You wanna refill your Stella, not over your card. I had in class one time somebody squeezed their Stella pen over their project and they squeezed too hard and it just came running out of the barrel like completely like a little pool of glitter all over her project and she was sad. So you only have to squeeze this very lightly and not over your work surface, like not over your cards, but like this table or countertop would be fine. You kind of watch it come into the barrel here and less is best. You don't need to keep squeezing on it. So, okay guys, I think that is what we've got for our 3 cards for Paper Pumpkin. They are not the craziest of having to work for assemble. Like they're a little bit of work, but beautiful cards. I think my favorite one is this green jade one with the bouquet. I love the bouquet. That is the only twine on that. Okay, so you guys are ending up with some extra twine, but this is where you can do some alternative cards. And that's what we're going to do in a little, just in a moment here. We're gonna make, I have it in my head, we're gonna do 2 of them. And let's see what the back here, on the back here, it always has 3 cards and then it also has some samples here of some alternative kits. And depending on where we're at time, we might try that one, but we'll see. Okay, so let's move away our cards here. So these are gonna be the cards that I'll give away for next week. I do have, from last week, guys, I have the monthly cards that we made together, and I have winners drawn for those, so I won't forget to do those. I'll put them with the mystery night stuff. So, yeah, Julie, this one's my favorite. I just love the colors. I'm so ready for spring right now that, that this is spring and cheery to me. So, okay, let's move these. And then what's awesome is I am gonna guess that, like that one would be cool in there. This one, I don't know which one in the yellow goes though. And Jennifer will probably tell me. I'm wondering if the yellow one, I don't know if that's how that goes. But either way, they all have some awesome envelopes to go with them. Okay, are you guys ready for some alternatives? Give me some thumbs ups or some hearts if you are. Okay. All right, let's see here. So we talked a little bit earlier about casing cards, and casing means copy and share everything. And that's where you get ideas, right? So this is a card that I had, it was a swap card, and I can't give credit where credit is due. All I can tell you is it was not my card. I did not design this card myself. I got it in a swap, and I just loved the technique that this person used. And you could be watching me if you made this card, shout out, because I can't remember. It was from probably 3 years ago or potentially 2 years ago. But the technique with this card was embossing on designer paper. This is that old embossing folder called Country Floral, I think. It was from a sale-a-bration item 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and then they carried it over to the annual catalog. And it's got a flower and a bow. And so I saw this card and I thought, oh, let's try this card. So I'm using this as my idea and we're gonna make a different card. All right, so I'll leave this sitting on the side. We're gonna move this over. Dawn, you made 2 of the cards already for some coworkers and they love them. Awesome. Okay, so this is the card I'm gonna look at to make a different card using primarily these stamps and I picked out the design. So I love this paper right here. So this color, I love Mary Merlot and I love these flowers. You guys, this is very similar to the free flowers and field paper. This, I have to show you. Guys, give me 10 seconds. I want to show you this. Wait, I don't even have to leave. This is, oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, the card we're making tomorrow night this is from Flowers and Field Paper, but look at the similarities in the prints. The flowers and the leaves it's the same rose. Isn't that so cool? I just saw that right now. Oh, cool. And I didn't even have to get up. Okay, so this is the card I'm casing, and this Country Floral is no longer current, but I pulled Dainty Diamonds. So we're gonna use the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder. And we're gonna use Mary Merlot as a base. And so I've already cut a Mary Merlot in half. So it's 8.5 by 5.5. And the kit coordinates with the DSP. Right, Jennifer? I think I remember seeing that now, that it does coordinate. So I did not score mine at 4.25, so I'm just lining up. And when I don't score a horizontal, oh, let's see, this is a hamburger style card, the paper. So I go like that, and then I go down, and then I'll grab my bone folder. When you make a vertical, like 11 by 4.25, you have to score at 5.5. Otherwise, you're gonna not have an easy time folding it. But for this hamburger style, you can get by without scoring. So I didn't score there. So this is Mary Merlot. And I found myself a white mat that is 4 by 5.25. So this person used the Pretty Peacock foil paper that is also, so guys, everything on this card is pretty much retired except for the stitched oval and this reversible ribbon. And so what I want to do is I'm going to cut this. Yes, don't cry, be happy. I'm going to cut it. You guys, this is what taking a paper pumpkin and making an alternative, it's called thinking outside the paper pumpkin box, okay? So grab your trimmer and we're going to cut our card base. So one alternative I'm going to uses this, and the other alternative is going to use this one. So my card mat here, this mat is 4 by 5.25. And that means that my mat that I'm going to make is, okay, you guys, I'm a 16th person. So I'm going to make it 3 13/16. So if you're not a 16th person, you would go to 3 3/4. You would take a whole 1/4 inch off. But I want to see a little bit less white, so I'm going to do mine at 3 13/16. So you have your scoring blade and you have your cutting blade. Okay, so we're going to cut. Don't cry. It's okay. We can use that little strip actually. Okay, you can cut your stuff apart. So our white mat is at 5 1/4, which is here. Normally, most people would take a 1/4 off and put it to 5. Well, I want less white, like I did on the other side, so I have to put it at 5 1/16. Okay, and I'm gonna cut that little edge off. Yes, Danny, you can definitely heat emboss on DSP. Yeah, it's paper, just like anything. Okay, so now you're left with that little strip, and I'm just gonna cut that off here so we have it. So this measures at, I just wanna cut at the score line just to get that little bit off of there. So we could potentially use this on the inside of our card. So I'm gonna save this for the next card. So I'm gonna set that back here. And now what happens is we have our mat, and you see the white is not as much. And so had you cut a 1/4 inch off, you would have a mat more like that. And if that's what you like, great. It's a little bit more pronounced, but I wanted a little bit softer of a mat so that you see a little bit less of the white. So that's why I work in 1/16 of an inch. And then that's gonna go on here. Okay, so I have already die cut out the oval. So this is part of stitch shapes. There's 3 different shapes: ovals, circles, and squares. And that is gonna go here. And I have a piece here that we're gonna use for stamping. But what I love about this is the embossing. I looked through the catalog and I tried to find the one that I would have absolutely loved, this country floral one, but it's no longer current. So I found Dainty Diamonds, and we're gonna see what I haven't done this yet. I just cut this apart for the first time, but just know that sometimes for embossing folders, when you feel this, they're raised up, and then these are inverted. Like these are, I don't think outverted is a word, but these are raised up, and then those are pushed down. So what's going to happen is it's going to imprint your paper going up. And so if you put it in like this, your raised part is going to be on the top. If you put your DSP in like this, then it's going to be like recessed. So I want to make sure I put it in like this. And this is an embossing folder where it makes a difference that you're going up and down and straight across. You don't want your paper to be in here crooked in this case, because you will not have a straight pattern on your card. And the other thing I want to tell you about embossing folders is I catch a lot of people in class, not a lot, but enough, they want to put the paper way up here. When you put the paper way up here, you can see that there's no embossing right here. So if you put that there, you're going to have missing embossed part right there. So you always want to bring it back. Sometimes you'll find a line on the embossing folder. That really helps to keep it straight, but I'm going to line this up right here because I have a solid or a dotted line that I can kind of follow, and I'm going to make sure I'm straight on that edge. So I know that that is a lot to learn about embossing folders, and it might be like, yeah, I already know all that, but sometimes I got beginners watching that might not know that. So that's what I was worried about. I'll try it on something. Yes, okay, you guys. This is what you want to take scrap paper and practice on your scrap paper. Don't always go straight to your pretty paper and think it's going to work on your first try. When I am designing fun folds for classes, I use scratch paper to use first to make sure I know what I'm doing. Okay, you guys, generally I don't even bring the big shot, or it's the Boss, the Stampin' Emboss, Cut and Emboss machine. But it's time we show it. And so I find too that sometimes people will put the embossing folder on the top like this. No. If you want to preserve your supplies, and your embossing folders are your tools and your supplies, you want to put the embossing folder underneath the plate, okay? I have found that if it's on the top, it will start to warp your embossing folders because of the pressure that's being put on it. When you put it underneath the plate here, it helps keep it flat. The other thing that's really important is I always put the spine first. Twice in class, accidentally, a person two different people at 2 different times within 2 years have put the open end in first. And unbeknownst to them, what happens is it creates this resistance, and it will crack the plate here. And I'm curious, of those that are watching, how many of you have had that happen to you? It has happened. So to avoid that happening, I always put the spine in first, either this way, or if you're operating it from this way, you go that way. So put the spine, this is called a spine, and put it in first. If it does crack, what we did in class, because I didn't have a second one, you just put packaging tape on it, and it holds it, and it'll work. And then I ended up getting a new one. But you can't always get a new one because sometimes stuff is retired and then you can't get a new one. So make sure your sides are flush on both, that you don't have your plates going crooked like that. Then it'll get caught on the side here, and it's not healthy for your plates. It'll not work so good. So here's we call this the Big Boss. It's the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm just rolling it right through. And I'm going to take this, I'll open this in front of you, but I'm going to move this out of the way. And This is the aha moment of seeing the embossing paper, or the paper being embossed. And so I'm not quite sure what the Dainty Diamonds will do to it, but it just, oh, there you can see, it just adds a little bit of texture. You can see that there's, where am I here? There's little bits of lines going this way and that way, and it's Dainty Diamonds, so it's a very dainty diamond look to it. Okay, so you guys, I know that. So if I would take a picture of that, you guys probably couldn't even see it in the picture, but at least in the video, you can see that embossing on there. Okay. Okay, so that is gonna get glued onto our Whisper, it's Whisper White, it's basic white. I still am using a Whisper White. You guys, I stocked up on the Whisper White because I had no idea how long it would be before they got the basic white in, but they got basic white in, so. All right, so there's that, and then this will get glued onto here with a little bit of liquid glue. So you can see that the Mary Merlot to the white is your traditional 1/8 inch mat. And then, so this is an 1/8 inch, and then that is slightly less than an 1/8 inch mat, because I did that 3/16. So far you can see I'm casing, but it's looking completely different. This is gonna go over here, and what I pictured in my head is we didn't use these stamps in any of the 3 cards, so why not use them as a bouquet off to the side here, and then the So Sorry for Your Loss is gonna go there. So then these little scrappers, I'm gonna go find myself a white mat on the table. I've got a couple white mats, and we're gonna use them. We're gonna utilize them. So over here though, I've got a scrap of white, and we're gonna get our bouquet. And yeah, you guys, don't forget to emboss your designer paper. It is so cool. Okay, so we're gonna do Memento ink on this. And remember that the first time you use a stamp, it's always good to stamp it on a piece of paper, scratch paper. See if there's any oils or residues on it. Okay, and then grab your ink, and so you can see I'm stamping upside down. I don't do that a lot, but in this case, the stamp is big enough for me that I like to, I don't know, hold the ink pad and stamp it like that. Okay. I find that with my mementos, they don't stay as juicy as the foam pads, so I ink it up good and plenty. Nice even pressure all over. Let the ink marinate on your paper, guys. I find sometimes I see people stamp like that, and it's like, whoa, it didn't even have a chance to like let the ink hit the paper. So by letting the ink sit and soak on the paper, you get a really nice even image like that. Okay, so you're gonna laugh because you guys know how much I love fussy cutting. So we are gonna fussy cut this because there are no dies for it. That's just how it goes. We're gonna just leave this sit here because I think that's gonna be used for the next alternative. But we're gonna color. Coloring and fussy cutting. Yes, these are 2 of my not favorite things, like when the dog barks and the bees sting, or whatever that song is. So we're gonna also use blender pens. I haven't colored with blender pens with you guys in a long time. So did anybody else lose sound? Let's just check here. Oh, I got sound. So Janet, I've got sound, and I bet others will have sound too. So maybe if you go out of the video and come back in, you might get it back. So I know if you've watched Kelly do her lives or her Tip Tuesdays, she doesn't like doing that. I don't mind it. The other thing you can do is take your block and like tab it in there and then get ink on your block. I personally don't mind getting ink in my cover, so I'm gonna do that. And this is called a blender pen, guys. It's been around for over 20 years. I have been coloring with blender pens since as long as I started stamping. And it's got a solution in it, and you can use it for absolutely every color. And you don't want to use it for stays on or permanent inks because it will permanently stain your tip of your marker. So it's good with water-based. And what you do is you color with it. And you can, I don't know, I shouldn't be doing this. This is going to take forever. Maybe I'm going to show it to you and I can always color it later. But to do this all, so if you don't have markers, like let's say you don't have a lot of the blends or the water markers, but you have yourself a little collection of water-based ink pads, get the pack of blender pens. I think there are 3 of them for $12 with Stampin' Up. And you can color with every color of water-based ink that you have. And you can make darker and lighter. You have to be careful not to keep going over the same spot over and over. It will start to saturate the paper and it'll get matted and weird. So you just lightly feather over the area that you're coloring. And how many of you have used blender pens to color? I bet a bunch of you have. And how many of you haven't? Oh, that is a good call here. Okay, so Jennifer just said she likes to color with the Wink of Stella. I will show that to you guys too. So with Wink of Stella though, I do not like to do Wink of Stella in my cover. Okay, and then to clean this out, you just wipe it until all the color comes out, right? So what Jen is talking about is coloring with a Stella pen. Now, this is where, heck no, I will not put glitter into my ink pad. I will dip this into my ink pad, and then I will use the Stella pen to color, and it will make a very glittery color. And just know that when you dip in first, it's going to be darker, and then as you color, the color leaves the tip of the brush. And if you need more color, just go back and get, it's got 2 different, so you can see that where I was selling, it was a little bit darker. And then where I was using the blender, it was a little bit lighter. So, all right, those 3, oh, I missed a whole section. Look at that, guys. Ha! I found it though. And you can add different strengths. Blender pens last, oh my gosh, I had a blender pen that probably lasted 15 years. As long as you take care of it, like they will last for a while. So when you're done coloring with your Stella, you also need to wipe out the color. So, yeah. You can take a baby wipe and you can clean that. If you want that all cleaned up nice so that it's not sitting in the cover, you can do that. That is perfectly fine. I'm going to just do one. Okay, see, here's that. I don't have a brand new ink pad. So let's grab a baby wipe. And we're going to just clean off that color. Alcohol wipes work really good too. So let's set this over here. We're going to dip in here to get a little bit of green. And we're just going to do a little foliage. So that was the tip that I used. And now I can go back and get some green color going. I don't think I'm going to color this entire thing, you guys, for you. What I might do is do just a little bit more and post a picture of the finished card. Like, we'll put it together because you can, this is like a mystery night where you don't have to finish your coloring with me. Okay, so, because I have to fussy cut this bad boy out yet. Okay, so you guys get the gist on how to color. With the blend, you can dip into the cover, you can go onto the block, make sure you clean out your blend. Blends also work great with colored pencils. I want to point that out too before I forget. Where's my wet wipe here? So blends are perfect with colored pencils. And we have 2 sets of colored pencils. And one of them has an old olive. Yep, this one does. So I wonder if that will look good. But you take your colored pencil and you color in with the colored pencil. So I just colored that little area right there. And when you color with colored pencils, it looks really scratchy and just not smooth. You should take your blend and you just soften that right out and it will smooth it and it will look very nice and professional. So if you have colored pencils and you do not have your blends, get the blends so that you can smooth out your coloring from your colored pencils. Diane, do you know what the liquid is in them for after they dry out. No, I have never even known that like there's a way to refill them. It's the solution. I don't know what it consists of. So if you loved color, colored pencils and blends are right up your alley. So, oh man, you guys. Okay, so, oh, yeah. So ever since 2001, I had a fussy cut out 150 of something for a Christmas card. I've not had the same appreciation for fussy cutting as before that year. So it's been a long time. I think that every stamp and every stamp set that Stampin' Up! Comes out with should have a set of dies and a punch. I've always thought that. I am a crazy cutter. I have been told different things by different people about you should have little points on the ends. You shouldn't have little points. They should be rounded. I'll be honest with you. Just get it cut out. And how much white margin should you leave? How little white margin? It's all your personal preference. And I know you guys probably hate to hear it's your personal preference because you want to, like, I know Kathy Jackson, you asked a question about cutting out the whites of a handle. Like, should you do it or shouldn't you do it? Well, it looks nicer if you do it. But if you don't do it, is the person you give the card to going to know that that should have been cut out? Probably not. So I would have to say that's why it's always a personal preference on what, oh God, I gotta get that out of there. What you want to do. So I like to see a little white border around my edge. And sometimes I get too close, like right there. I was like, oh shoot, I probably got a little closer than I wanted to. But you have to remember, it's the big picture. When I am done with cutting, and I don't have any prepped for you because I didn't have this stamp opened and ready to, by the magic of TB, be ready for you. When it's all put together, you're not going to even notice that there's inconsistency in my white area. So, but yes, how many of you feel there should be dies or a punch for absolutely everything? So Debbie said if you want to use the pencils, she has a scrap of paper, then use the blender to pick up. Yeah, that works too. Good call. Don't we love helping each other with more ideas on how to use things and just be creative? That is what it's all about. Okay, you guys, I know the struggle is real watching me cut this. Like I'm trying to cut like a crazy woman and not cut myself on TV. Well, not really TV. You guys know what I mean. Oh, I gotta get that off of there. I hate having that hanging in my way. Okay. The question is, what color bow am I going to make this when it's all said and done? I actually thought dies and punches. Chris, you're on board with me. We should start a campaign for punches and dies for everything. So now, do you want to go up into here and get this little bit out? That's a personal preference. Do you want to just leave it hang? You can do that too. Like, do you want to go up in here and get that out? Like, honestly, guys, it's how much work do you really want to put into it? All right. Oh, goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. That was a lot of fuzzy cutting. And the next card has the same thing in my head. Oh, no, right? Blech. Okay. Ann says dies and punches every die. Okay. Definitely agree. So pretend, you guys, just pretend this is beautiful. And it's all colored and it's like a masterpiece. Oh, Lisa, I wish you lived closer. You could be sitting right next to me in fussy cutting. All right. So we're going to stamp our sentiment on here. And I am going to keep it in the family of the Mary Merlot. And I have a stamp that, I put it right there. And it's going to be here. Oh, you guys, we didn't stamp the insides of the cards. I almost already forgot. So let's see how our Mary Merlot looks. If it needs to be inked up. I think it's good. Okay. Do it yourself. Oh, come on, Jen. You guys know for game night when I have Kelly right next to me, she is my Vanna White. She's cleaning everything after I'm done and she's cutting things for me and she's helping me. It's amazing having somebody. I don't even know my head. Nope, it wasn't a good deal. I was like, is my head in this? Because I'm like hovering right over. All right. Sorry for your loss. All right. Now I really want to bring in the twine because I think the twine would look really pretty on here. And you guys haven't seen me make a bow yet tonight. What color bow do we want? Should we make we're gonna make the bow match because I want to get the bow done. You guys hang tight for just a second. We're gonna, oh man, I just did what I don't like to do. Yep, I don't. So we're gonna do that. Breaking my own rules. Okay, we're gonna color the bow, and I want to put the green linen thread over it, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so Julie, your daughter-in-law finds fussy cutting relaxing. So I hear that a lot of the time that people find it relaxing, but did you see I cracked my thumb? When I hold that scissors like that, it makes that knuckle, it just is not relaxing. The opposite. So, oh yeah. So that's how that's gonna go. Okay, so let's get this cleaned out. You see how much stuff is in there? If you would go right to the next color, you would get red all in that next color that you're working with. Okay, done with that. Let's make sure there's no Stella in there. I don't like getting glitter in ink. That I don't like. And we're going to pop our label up, and we're gonna do partial popping of our bouquet. So there's that. Like, grab that off. It's gonna go. So I want to see a hair of the Mary Merlot on the side. I know that this is maybe a minor detail, but I want to see a little bit on the side there, making sure that my oval is straight. This flower bouquet is going to go flat, I think, right onto. So here's see what I'm in my head. Do I want to put this greenery behind it and make a little rat's nest behind it? Or I was thinking about making a bow and putting it on top. And I did bring down some ribbon, but I don't think any of that will work so good. So we're gonna make ourselves another little bow. I did 2 bunny ears, and then 1 bunny ear under the other. Make yourself a little bow. Let's see what we got here. Trim that, and we'll see. Maybe that will work. Yep, we're just gonna have a little bit hanging out behind. So we're gonna do the same thing we did on the card, and bow on the top. So I wanted to put a bow right there over the top of it, but I don't have any. Bye, Jennifer. We'll see you later, girl. I think I'm gonna just leave it like that because I am gonna color all this. I'm gonna add some pearls to it, but we're gonna grab the tearing tape. I was really hoping for a Mary Merlot ribbon, but we don't have a Mary Merlot ribbon, and that's just gonna go right there. And it'll be hanging out in the background like that. And we might just, here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna pop up the top part, and we're gonna leave the bottom part flat. So let's put one more right there. This is my double combination of adhesives. So look at him hanging out. So the bottom part with the bow is gonna go flat, and the top part is going to be raised up, and it's going to nestle right in there like that. Now, pearls. So I got my my little tub of fun here. Color a white. I thought about that. I did. I really did. We could maybe we'll do that. So here are my pearls, and you know, Julie, you're right. The white crinkle ribbon. I'm trying to think if I don't. Oh, I do have it down here. Okay, we'll do that. We will do that. So I'm going to put a pearl over on this little dot. We're going to put one there and one there. So got a couple pearls going on. Now, Julie just recommended white crinkle ribbon. We're going to do it. It's going to take a little time, guys, but we're going to do it. So give me 10 seconds. I'm going to go get the white crinkle ribbon. I think that we're going to use cherry cobbler. So this is the white crinkle ribbon that Julie's talking about. We're going to practice with cherry cobbler. So I think that'll look nice. You guys are getting everything tonight with this card. So this is what it's all about. And Kelly did a tip Tuesday on using blends to color your embellishments. You want to be very careful when you color your embellishments. You don't want to wreck your marker tips. I tell you, I colored enough diamonds with my pretty peacock marker and it demolished it. I had to get a new one. They are delicate, so you don't want to abuse them. Yes, this ribbon is so light and so staticky. Okay, and I don't know how much I want to color, so I'm going to do one more little section here. And let's check the back side and make sure. So the white seam binding ribbon is so sheer and fluffy and light, and it really, we're going to do a little baby bow. You don't have to color it a lot. So I'm just testing here to see if I have enough colored, and I should. Oh, look at that. Okay, cool. So we're going to pull that little guy through. And so you have to be careful because it doesn't dry as quickly on ribbon as it does for paper. So it's a little saturated. Let's see where my ribbon scissors is. That's going to trim that off. Okay, so you guys got to see another bow in action. All right. And we're gonna, I might use that for the next one. Who knows? So let's get this little guy here. And I like it. So I'm glad I colored that little bow underneath because it kind of blends in then. And then grab your glue dots. Grab one of those. Put it right in that middle part. And that's going to go there. There. And then Luann likes her bow maker. Sandy loves their bow maker. Good, good, good. So we're going to do that one like that. And that like that. Perfect. Okay, so again, guys, pretend my flower bouquet is completely colored and it looks amazing. And I will do that in a bit. But my plan for coloring the bouquet, I was going to use, I think I was going to pull in some Mango Melody and potentially some Blushing Bride. So some of these little yellow flowers like that, I was going to use a darker golden yellow. And then I was going to pull in, I've got Blushing Bride. So I thought those would be really pretty. And basically, you would never know that I cased this card to make a brand new card. And it was just using some extra paper pumpkin. Well, it wouldn't be extra paper pumpkin if I had put them all together. But that's where, so a lot of people overlook paper pumpkin because they think it's a simple thing and it's just for beginners or people who aren't very crafty or creative, and it's helping like training wheels to get you into getting more comfortable putting cards together and stamping. But paper pumpkin is for absolutely everybody, and you don't know that until you start thinking outside the paper pumpkin box. Get creative and cut your pieces apart. Like maybe what I just did is I put one of each of the original ones together, but then take your pieces and put whatever you want together and make something completely outside of the norm with the card. So paper pumpkin is for everybody. I guess that's my thought on that. So, you know, you can be as creative or uncreative as you want with paper pumpkin. You really can. So that's casing that card. All right. Now I want to case another card. So I have here, let's go. I'm getting a hot mess going on. Oh, wait. I want to do the inside for you. Hang on, I got a white piece. So, you guys, another little tip is when you end up getting these little scraps on the end. Hi, Jolene. Where can you get the bow maker, Debbie? Email me, chrismbertram@msn.com. That's the best way to get a hold of me, or text me with your name. Don't not tell me who you are, but text me. I have bow makers in stock. They're $5 plus shipping. So you get these little scraps at the end, and you have a white piece for your inside here. And now I have two of these. I can put this along the bottom, but unfortunately it's too short because I cut it at 3 13/16. And then this one though is perfect because it's actually like the right length. So what you can do is, instead of stamping on the inside, you can decorate with your extra paper. So grab that without dropping it all over. Yep, you got it. You girls are so correct. Luann and Ann, thank you so much. Yep, my friend's husband makes the bow makers, and I ordered 20 or 25 at a time for her, and I can ship them out. They go in the mail, USPS. So just make sure you're lined up there, and then you can snip the end off. And so now that's gonna go on the inside. And so sorry for your loss, but you guys, where'd the stamps go? They're somewhere. There they are. This is crazy mess going on here. So it says, I'll always be here for you, and that's perfect. So I know I didn't clean this, so I'm gonna be careful not to get ink all over my fingers. We're gonna put this here. I'm gonna keep it with the Mary Merlot. How many of you guys have Mary Merlot? I love Mary Merlot. It's considered a neutral color, and it's in the neutral family with Mossy Meadow and Night of Navy. Those three colors and Blackberry Bliss are some of my favorite colors. So we're gonna put that at the top here. Remember, give that ink time to soak into the paper. We're gonna shut this before I put my arm in it. Flip that over and put that on our inside. So, you guys, it took me the same amount of time to make one card as it did to make all three of the paper pumpkin cards. I love it though. I think, okay, so this blend is actually cherry cobbler, but it really goes nicely with that. And I know that it's hard to see the embossing on there, but you can see some of that detail when I hold it at an angle. So don't forget to emboss. That little bit of green ribbon behind there actually adds to it too. So there you go, guys. Casing a card, that's what it's all about. That's that. Okay, so that's the one. Now, I don't know if I will actually, we'll see how you guys, are you doing okay on time? I'm not quite sure. I can tell you what I've got in my head for this one. Maybe I won't go into such crazy detail on my craziness here, but this is another card. Catherine, whoa. Okay, I have my router down there. Not good. Okay, I didn't lose you, so we're okay. Catherine Anderson made this card, and I just love it. I love the layers and the detail. So I thought, well, I have this extra piece from cutting off this. I'm going to use that for part of this card. I'm going to pull in the Old World embossing folder. The Stitch So Sweetly Dies is what she used here. So I'm casing our card, and we're going to show you what it's all about to do that again. So first, let's make a little room. All right, let's put that back there, and put that fell, so let's put that back. So we have to find our Mary Merlot. You guys, this is from the Flower and Field DSP as well. And we need this piece, that piece, some scraps, this, and I need a piece of Mary Merlot. So let's grab a piece of Mary Merlot. And, all right, so we have a piece of Mary Merlot. We're gonna cut a card base. So I'm pretty sure that's 8.5, so we need to cut this at 5.5. See, normally you guys, when you watch me on Thursday nights, all of this prep work is done. all we do is put cards together. You guys actually see this from the beginning. So then if you want to, you can score at 4 1/4. Make sure you score that you don't cut, and that's the scoring tool. That's how that works. So for those at home that have a machine like this or a cutter, one's scoring and one's cutting. So we're gonna fold, let's move this stuff over here. That's the card we're casing. Fold that in half, grab your bone folder, burnish. So, now this is where it gets a little tricky. This is Mary Merlot, but this was the cardstock that came in the kit, the paper pumpkin kit, and it's slightly different, but I think it will work. It's gonna be okay. And so this is 4 by 5 1/4. So let's get 4 by 5 1/4. So it's gonna be your traditional mat. And that's gonna sit on top of here, but we need to emboss it with the embossing folder. So this Old World is super cool. It's called Old World paper, and it puts crinklies all over. And I don't think there's a top or a bottom, because honestly, if you put it in either way, you're gonna have that crinkle. This is where I was talking about, sometimes they put lines on the embossing folder, so you can put the line really nice like that. Bravo Burgundy, oh my gosh. Yes, Deb, this looks, yeah, Bravo Burgundy. When I first started stamping, Bravo Burgundy was a color. So let's get this flat. And so we're gonna do the spine first. And we're gonna roll this through. Do you guys remember Handsome Hunter? I loved Handsome Hunter as well. So let's move our machine out of the way. Okay, so if you see that side, looks like that. And then that side looks like that. So it's both pretty cool. Okay, so that's Old World paper. And what we're gonna do is put that down first. I don't generally get glue happy, but there's nothing that's stopping me from putting this down. There's no ribbon. Luann, you still have some. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So we're gonna put that down on here. So then the next layer is, on this card, it's this green color. So what I'm gonna do is just measure these. It's 3/4 by, 3 7/8. So I grabbed some Blushing Bride because I thought that matched nicely. Did you guys see me cutting away here? So 3 7/8 by 3/4. And that is right here. You gotta be very careful when you get to small pieces like this. You don't want them to move on you as you're cutting them. So I just gently put that down. So there's one, and then we have another. So there's 2 side strips here that we're doing. And again, I'm lining it up with the line on the tool here. And I wanna make sure I'm straight. Get that little dude out of the way. And then when you set this down very carefully, I'm putting a lot of pressure right here so it doesn't move the paper, okay? All right. Then I think, DSP. So on this one, it was the berry paper. So we're gonna use the Flower and Field. So this is 3 by 4. Perfect size for designer paper, because 3 by 4, you get a maximum amount out. So this is set up right now at 6 inches. So I'm gonna do 4 inches this way, and then 3 inches this way. And if I wanna make another one of these cards, I was able to get, these are the same size then, so perfect. So 3 by 4. All right, I think that might be it for cutting. Move you. Okay, so we've got our Blushing Bride strips that are gonna go here. Our designer paper, there's a square here. That's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. He's gonna hang out right there. We're gonna put this here. So you only see a little bit of that. It's just for decoration. And then we've got this that's gonna go here. And you're probably like, what is she gonna stamp? I'm like, I don't know yet. So I think I'm planning to do this bouquet, but I really think I'm crazy for that. So, oh man, let's get our stamp here. It's gonna be close, guys. Hi, Elaine Rebeck. Since I moved, so Deannie, you were asking me about ink pads and re-inkers. So you can't, if a color is retired, so Stampin' Up! Retires their colors ever so often, you can't find re-inkers unless you go find them at a used stamp sale or at on eBay. Sometimes you can find them, but I'll tell you, sometimes people are asking a lot of money for re-inkers. Hi, Sue from Australia. Thanks for joining. So your best bet is to always just honestly get out of there. Get the re-inker when you buy the ink pad. It's an investment. Again, if you have the ink pad and you have the re-inker, you will have this for as long as you need it. I can almost guarantee that. So it's always just good to get the re-inker. If you don't get a re-inker, there are Stampin' Up! Buy, sell, trade groups on Facebook. What am I going to do? Black, I think. There are buy, sell, trade groups on Facebook, and you can put requests in there that you're in search of, ISO, whatever re-ink color that you want or that you're looking for. And you can try to get them that way, but I can't guarantee you're going to get it. So this, I think, is slightly, oh, it's almost the perfect size. We're going to go for it. Okay, so, yeah, Elaine, you always do. That's awesome. But yeah, Bobby, you're catching my last alternative here. You can always catch. We did this one as our first alternative. I got to color the flowers, so don't critique my coloring. That isn't done yet. So we're inking up that. So Danny, re-inkers, buy, sell, trade groups in Facebook for Stampin' Up! Would be a good best bet to start with. I'm going to do this right about here, I think. And then eBay, not so good luck sometimes on eBay, and then use stamp sales. So the other thing is, if your ink pads are super dried out, just consider selling your ink pads at a used stamp sale in the future. You could spritz them with water too. Sometimes that helps rehydrate them. Otherwise, maybe just invest in the new ink pads and you'll be happy because they will match the papers. All right. There, that's what I was thinking of that one. And again, we're not going to color flowers right now. I might figure out something else for coloring flowers. But we have here, we're going to clean this. You're welcome. I'm sorry, Danny. I meant to call you to talk to you about your ink pad situation with the refills. And I didn't. Sorry. I figured, oh, this is a good time to bring it up. So I think we're good with this Bouquet stamp for right now. You guys know how much I love coloring. So let's see here. Kind of how we got this set up. Hi, Carol. That's going to go here. And you're wondering what I'm going to do here on the bottom. We're going to make a little sentiment strip that's going to go there. So let's assemble some things because I'm ready to have not have pieces flying all over the place. So this is the cardboard casing. And this one goes first. And, oh, you got the subtles in your starter kit. Awesome. Good idea. Okay, so this one's going to go right about here. I'm just guessing, guys. You remember, when you make the card your own, you can change things around as much or as little as you want. So this one's going to go here. I loved when Catherine did these little strips on the back. I feel like it added a little bit of pizzazz to the card. Okay, then she's got a little square back there. Haha, that rhymed. And then this is going to go on this layer next. And something like that, you just see a little bit of that blushing bride peeking through. And the designer paper is from Flowers and Field. This is one of my favorite pieces. I love. So Kelly did her Technique Thursday a couple weeks ago, and she fussy cut those flowers from this paper for that card. If that looked familiar to you, that's why. Let's find our dimensionals are buried. So let's put some dimensionals on the designer paper layer. I'm gonna go for 6 and peel them off. So guys, after this alternative card, we're gonna do some mystery night. I'm gonna show you my mystery night card. We're gonna do the live drawing. And this is going to go near the bottom. And I'm going to announce who won the cards from last week. So we're getting to the end here. And I promise you we're not going to color this live. So, but this guy is going to go here. I am going to pop it up though, because you guys know I love to pop. A new layout. Yeah, like I love. So this card is going to, I'm sorry, nobody's going to ever get this card. This card is going to get stored in a box upstairs in where I design my cards. And when I'm not feeling very creative or inspired, I look through these boxes for ideas, and that's where I'll come to this and be like, oh, I like this layout. I'm going to reuse this layout for a different card. And so I'm using different colors. I'm using different paper. I'm going to use different embellishments, and it makes it your own. So my upline Kelly says that when you change 3 things on the card, it makes it your own. So, all right, so that's going to go there. And we're going to do a sentiment on here though. And that sentiment's going to go right there. And I'm debating what I want to do. This will be for our inside. I'm debating if I want to do what kind of a, if I want to do what, oh, let's use this. Okay. We're going to use this, but we're also going to use some white here. Let's see how long this is. Okay, that'll be good. See, here's a scrap. I was going to throw it away. Not going to throw it away. We're going to grab, where's my little trimmer? Here. We're going to grab my little baby. We're going to trim this so it's nice and straight. And something like that, I'm guessing, is going to be good for our sentiment. Yep, that works. And then we'll figure that out as we go. I was going to throw that away, but I salvaged some of it. So we're going to stamp in the Mary Merlot. You guys, I almost put the ink and my stamp in there. Let's get that cleaned up. It's always good to clean things up as you go, guys. I promise you, you won't regret cleaning things as you go. All right, so there's that. Here's our little strip. And we're going to put this, this says, I'll always be here for you. And one more for good measure. And what are we going to do? We're going to go over here. Let the ink hit the paper. And I feel like I'm going to go a little bit higher. There. Perfect. I know that didn't look like it changed much, but it did enough for me. All right. So this is going to provide a little color on our bottom. We're going to slant. This is something I love to do. I love slanting the ends like that. And you don't have to make a little banner then. So then we're going to do the same thing with this. And I want to see a little bit of that on the side. And then we're going to do a little bit there so it just hangs a little bit longer. Kelly did a really cool layout with this one. She put her bottom one going that way and then she put that one going up. So it just changes it a little bit. So we're going to, there's already a lot of popping going on. We got a layer of pop here and a pop there. So we're going to do this one flat and I'm going to have it hang over a little bit on the left and the right. So we've got, oh, you guys, did you see that? That landed the right way. Oh, does that ever happen to you? And then it is the wrong way? That's not cool, right? Okay, so there's that. And then we're gonna put this one flat as well. And I hope I glued the right side. I think I did. Then, oh, we're gonna move that down a hair. Oh, you know what? We're gonna cover up the bottom of the flowers so that the bouquet looks like it's not floating in the air. And then we're gonna put that right about there. And then we can still see the bow a little bit. Okay, pretend the bouquet is colored. Okay, promise me that you're pretending and envisioning it colored. We didn't have to fussy cut it, right? So here you go. No fussy cutting. I like that. What are we gonna do? Should we put the little black things on? Yeah, I think that makes it look fancy. So I had that random one in here. So when you guys get random sequins and you want to use them, just put a little glue. Oh, you know what? So this glue dot is a little bit bigger than the actual sequin. Paper pumpkin glue dot to the rescue. So you can pick that off, put that on the back. I know, Diane, wasn't that a good catch? Holy Moses. We would have had to get our adhesive eraser out and fix that. So there I salvaged that little sequin and he's gonna go right there. And then let's grab, I found them, they're over here. And we're going to put, that's a big one. So let's grab our, take your pick tool and grab one of those dudes. Right there. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys. I call almost everything hymns. He this, him that. My, everything I kind of reserve their hymns. I don't know why I do that, but I do that. So the other thing I could do when I'm all done coloring is I could take, if I'm going to do yellow insides, I could take my pearls, wherever I have my pearls, and I could color some pearls yellow and put them in the middle. So now you're saying I only put 2 little black sequins on, and that doesn't follow my rule of 3. It'll be okay because I am going to come back later and I'm going to put like 3 little pearls that are colored yellow, or I'll leave them white in the center of my flowers, I think. Maybe, we'll see. But what I'm going to have to do by what it is today? Today is Thursday. So by tomorrow, when I'm live tomorrow, I'll make it a point to color my bouquets so I can show you what they look like finished during the live tomorrow. How does that sound? Okay, deal? Okay, forgive me that I didn't color. All right, so perfect example of looking at one card, liking a layout, and then finding different stamps, inks, and papers, and making the card completely different and just changing it up. So I do like the color scheme on this. I like it's rich raspberry with the old olive. I cut mine more with the Mary Merlot, so it's more monochromatic, but wait for the bouquet to be colored. I promise you, once that bouquet is colored, it'll be really pretty. So just, oh, I love that embossing on the DSP. So, okay, you guys like my alternatives? I hope that you do. Oh, it's always like, I hope that you guys like them, and I hope they come out the way I was thinking that I had them intended. So, all right. So any questions about stuff that I use, you guys can always email me. You can message me. I'm here to help with whatever your crafting needs are. If you aren't a Paper Pumpkin subscriber and you're interested in it, reach out to me. I can answer any questions. The best deal right now with the Paper Pumpkin, you guys, you can buy prepaid subscriptions. So I know a bunch of you, Joanna and Jennifer, Brenda. I think that there are maybe 10 of you that are doing a month-to-month prescription, I was going to say, but it's not. You pay on the 10th of the month. If you're signed up, it charges your credit card on the 11th. You can buy a 3-month Paper Pumpkin subscription for $63. And what happens is you pay for it right now, but if you do, you can pick out a free sale-a-bration item and you get your name on the board. And then what happens is every month for 3 months, you'll get your Paper Pumpkin and you won't get billed. So you're basically paying upfront for it, but you're getting yourself a free sale-a-bration item right now. So it makes sense to do that. The other thing is you could get yourself a 6-month subscription for $114 and get 2 free sale-a-bration items that are valued at $50 or 1 at $100. So if you were eyeing up the Berry Blessings or the Touch of Ink, if you buy your 6 months ahead of time, you could get one of those free gifts and 2 names on the board. Or you could buy a year's worth. So my sister-in-law, Linnea, just did a Facebook party with Kelly, and she ended up with $300. She was able to put her Paper Pumpkin 1 year on, added a few things, brought it up to $300, and she earned herself $63 of host credit and the Punch Party stamp set. So there's ways to get some free stuff right now with a Paper Pumpkin subscription. And if you're not sure how to do that, or if you're unclear, if I explained anything too fast tonight and you have questions, just reach out to me. So I'm here to help. Oh, Danny, Darren ordered you a whole year? That is phenomenal. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. That is awesome. So I don't know when he ordered it for you, but if because you signed up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator yesterday, when you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you order your Paper Pumpkin, you get a 20% discount on it as well. So something to think about too. So I'm glad you guys like the alternative cards. Okay, on that note, we're gonna do some drawings and announce some winners and prizes and good stuff. So I have a hot mess, guys. Oh, usually I'm a lot more, when I have my other card classes, I'm a lot more organized. You guys know that. So what do we want to do first? Okay. We're going to take a quick drink of water. You guys, you get me talking for 2 hours and I have to come up for air. Take a little drink. Okay, so let's flip this down. We're going to do these first. I have here from the monthly class last week, Thursday. We did these 3 cards using the chicken set, the ride, the range, and then simply succulents. Okay, drum roll. Okay, it is Sandy Mike. You are the winner of this chicken card. So Danny, I want to talk to you about that, charging your card every month versus getting a subscription. So it's something to think about. Congratulations, Sandy Mike. You're the winner of the chicken card. And then the ride, the range, rodeo cowboy, winner is, okay, so Teresa, your name was drawn, but it is CC on the end. So Teresa CC is your Facebook profile name, but I don't know what your last name is. So you'll have to let me know when you see that you won. And then last one is Cindy Kent. You are the lucky winner of the Simply Succulents card. Cindy Kent. Hi, Ellen Brover. Okay, so those are the winners for the 3 of the cards from last week. Now, this was Kelly and my card from Mystery Night. So it's so funny. There was somebody else that did almost the exact same card. I'm drawing a mental blank right now, but she also used the berry blessings with the blueberries, and she used a different DSP, I think, but a blue with a white label like that. So with a little bit of the braided linen trim and some opal rounds on here. So, oh my gosh, we didn't do an inside. Sorry, guys. We slacked a little bit. So, but this is our card. So Kelly's going to be publishing this. But did you not love seeing all the different cards that look the same but different? I love it. So we have here, this was a sale-a-bration item from last year. It's a whole pack of sequins with some baker's twine. I've got some of the faceted dots they're all current in colors, but they're the gems. And then this is the in color, they're not in color dots actually. There's gorgeous grape, a granny apple, Bermuda Bay, but they're the glitter enamel dots. So I've got these 3 prizes, and we're gonna do, you guys, I'm gonna bring my phone in here. You guys are awesome. Look at all this congratulation love. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing the love and congratulating people, everybody. That's amazing. So we have in here, Kelly sent me a list of the mystery card shares. We had 68 people that shared cards. So we're gonna go to random number generator and pull that up. So we have here, how many did I say? 68? 68. So we can change this to 68. And we're going to go drum roll. Okay, number 40. Okay, let me grab here a little Post-it note. If you're watching live right now, you're going to see this in about 10 seconds, and you can tell me what you want and what you really, really want between these 3 things. And if you're not, I'll pick whatever's left. So number 40 is Sue Volts. Oh my gosh, you are the lucky winner of one of these 3 items. And I know you were watching earlier. So Sue, if you're still here watching me live right now, let me know which one you want, and I will put your name on here. It's so funny. You just asked me the other day, did I win anything recently? And I was so sad because I had to tell you no, but you just won. Okay, generate number 46 is the next winner. Let's go check out who number 46 is. Brenda Little, you are a lucky lady too. Oh my goodness. You were watching earlier. I'm not sure if you still are, but if you are, let's see if you want anything. I'm going to check here real quick to see if Sue is still watching. Nope, I don't see. So, Brenda, you won, I think, another time on a mystery night. So you are a lucky girl. Let's see here. Generate number 7. Who's number 7, guys? All right, let's go to number 7. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Melanie Chandler. Woohoo! Melanie, the customer swap cards are done, and they are going in the mail tomorrow, and I will be putting one of these prizes in for you. So I'm going to wait to see who comments first. If nobody comments on any of these, then I will just pick who gets what, and I don't mind doing that. And they will be popping in the mail. So, okay. Whew. All right. Hi, Barbarco. Nice to see that you joined. Yay to all the winners. Hey, Stacy Burns. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so I'm so happy you popped in, Ellen. I appreciate that. So you guys, we're going to be right back at this tomorrow night at 5 Central. We're going to do the 4 cards. We're going to keep it nice and short. I promised my mom and dad we'd be done by 6:30 so that we don't eat too late. So I won't be jibber-jabbering all as much as I did tonight. For some reason, I had a lot to tell you guys tonight. So if anybody has questions about Paper Pumpkin and subscribing now during sale-a-bration, sale-a-bration ends February 28th. You can get yourself a 1-month, 3-month, 6-month, or a 1-year subscription, and you earn sale-a-bration items by buying a prepaid subscription. If you don't do prepaid and you want Paper Pumpkin, it's a month-to-month subscription. You guys can cancel whenever you want. It's a stress-free, no commitment type of deal. And it's a lot of fun to put them together. So you get your name on the board. So just a final note, sale-a-bration ends on Sunday. So we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days left to sign up to be on my team, the Be Happy Stampers. I would love for you to be on my team, you guys. I love all of my bees and I love all of my customers, and I just love sharing the love. And if you want to sign up to be on my team, we can do it by Sunday and you get the paper. Now, if you don't do it by Sunday, it's not the end of the world. You guys can sign up whenever you want because eventually you're going to want, a lot of people want to sign up because who doesn't love getting their stuff at a 20% discount, right? And then also to get your name on the board with a $50 order and free sale-a-bration items, it goes through Sunday as well. So don't fret if you miss sale-a-bration this time. They will be doing a second sale-a-bration July and August. So give it a few more months, March, April, May, June. That's 4 months. So in 4 months, starting July, it's hard to even think that far ahead, but there'll be another sale-a-bration. So I did not see that Melanie or Sue or Brenda were watching. So or that are they maybe they didn't hear it. So if I don't hear from you guys by tomorrow morning around, I don't know, 8 or 9 o'clock, I'll just randomly pick stuff because Melanie, I have your swap cards to mail out and the February card kits. And Sue, you're local, so I will have that on the counter for you. And then Brenda, I will be mailing yours out to you. So awesome. Do you guys have any questions? Oh, it was a good night. It was a good paper pumpkin night. So I got a little bit of cleanup to do here. Clean up in aisle 9, right? So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 Central. Lots of love and sunshine and hugs and happiness to all of you until tomorrow. Bye. Love you.